Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today's video I want to tell you how not to fail to immigrate to Canada. This video is dedicated to those people who didn't make it, to those people who make common mistakes. So we will look at the most common things and issues that people do during their immigration. If you're interested in where the sounds are coming from, actually I have a little baby here. That's my son Adriel. Guys, so what is number one thing that people fail to immigrate to Canada? First thing is, well, they look at express entry as the only option. People go on a calculator, you start calculating your points, and then you realize, well, I don't have enough points. So you do your English test, you do IELTS, then you redo it, retake it, you see that your points are still too low, and you're like, well, then I just give up. I don't have enough points. Well, too bad, I cannot go through express entry. And people don't realize that if you really want to immigrate to Canada, you should look at all the options. And there are so many programs other than express entry. You might be eligible for a PNP program, provincial nominee program. You can even look at some pilot program like Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, Atlantic Immigration Pilot. There's so many other programs, guys, are available over there. And well, if you're not qualified under PNPs or pilot programs and you're struggling to get an employment and you have money, you can be qualified as an investor. You can start a business in Canada. There are even immigration lawyers and consultants who guide you through that process. So if you have enough money, there is a way to start a business in Canada, invest into the economy, create jobs here, and come here as an employer. Guys, another thing is that mistake people do is NOC codes. Now, I was recently talking to one of you guys, subscriber. I don't want to mention names just to maintain privacy. I just want to say hi to you and your dad, and I hope you guys get to Canada really soon, especially you find a way for your dad, man. I'm looking forward to see your entire family here, not to mention names, so all the best. But I mentioned on my phone conversation that we had on WhatsApp, I mentioned that when I was doing my immigration, I went to a consultant. Why did I do that if I know so much about immigration? At that time I was worried. And I was worried about selecting the wrong NOC category, because at that time I didn't really understand how it worked. So that's why I went to an immigration consultant. And that's a big thing. If you choose the wrong NOC code, they might say, well, you chose the wrong code. It doesn't really match your work experience. And then you have to prove your work experience. And if you prove and you show that that's not the right NOC code, you might have issues with that. So it's important to have the correct NOC code selected. So if you are confident you can select your NOC code properly, go ahead and do that. I always encourage people to do their immigration on their own. But if you are, like me, worried and you don't want to, mess up your only opportunity to file the documents correctly, that's why I went to a consultant, and that's why I'm going to leave a link for you guys in the description of this video. They are Toronto-based consultancy. They are legal. They have been in business for a very long time. They have a team of consultants and lawyers that are going to be able to help you out on your way to immigrate to Canada. They have, like in downtown Toronto office, so those guys are doing really well and they helped a lot of people. And they are licensed and they don't play around like all of this. You find some consultants online that offer you some really shady things and they might not even have a license. So stay away from anything that sounds shady to you. Probably it's not legit. Those guys are legit and they're going to help you only in a legal way, nothing shady. Guys, also, next thing is, I want to tell you how people not come to Canada, they mess up, is connected to the first part. Not only the NOC, you have to actually prove your work experience. So if you're planning to immigrate to Canada, you have to make sure you have all the documents. Guys, I'm telling you, look at it this way. You need everything to prove to the government what you were doing, where you were working, to prove your work experience. Now, there is an issue in lots of countries. Look at this. In Ukraine, like 60% of people, they get cash, even working for huge corporations, to avoid taxes. That's the reality of economy right now there. So, you don't file taxes. Companies don't want to give you any records, because otherwise then they're missing on taxes, right? So in some countries, as an example, it can be difficult to get that document because of the economy situation there. So you might have the experience, you did work, but you might not have the paperwork. Guys, make sure you have all the paperwork from the employers. Talk to your employers. Some people in Ukraine who are planning to immigrate, they even say that, well, now I'm going to start paying taxes because I need to get at least 3 years or 5 years of experience to do their immigration to another country. So you have to make sure you have all the documents that you need to prove your work experience, because if you put it on a paper and then there is nobody to support anything and you don't have any documents, then it's a problem and you might lose your application. You might not get your permanent residency because they are going to check it. That's what happens there. Next thing, guys, is for immigration purposes, why people give up on immigration is, as the final point, really important, guys. It's a popular expression here in Canada, looking out of the box. And by that I mean is that, guys, do not focus on immigration as the only purpose and only way to do that. Look at it this way. What I mean, guys, is look out of the box. I am really jealous to every single one of you guys who just applied for express entry, got nominated, came from your home country to Canada straight on permanent residency. I'm jealous to every one of those people because I couldn't do that. I had to come here as a student. I had to spend years and tens of thousands of dollars to get the education done before I was even qualified to apply for any of the programs. I was not qualified. I didn't have enough points on express entry. I had to work to increase it. I had to get Canadian education, Canadian work experience, all of this together in order to increase the points so that I can come to Canada. You might be in the same situation. Studying is not the only way too. Look at it this way. I'll tell you, there is a company, I'm not sure, I think it's in the Red Deer or somewhere in Alberta. There is a huge meat factory and they bring butchers from Ukraine. So what people do is they go to that job fair that happens once every few years in Kiev in Ukraine. They go there and they apply. If they get selected to go to Canada to work, they get their documents done by that company, they get their work permit done by that company, they come to Canada, they start working, they work there for 1 or 2 years, they get Canadian work experience, they get more points for immigration, and then sometimes even LME and everything, I'm not sure how it works. I just know somebody who did that. I don't know what all the documents the person had to do. He didn't want to talk about it much, so I didn't ask. But that's the fact, and I found about 2 people here in Calgary who did the same. They came, they worked there for 2 years, they got their permanent residency, they left that company, and now they're living in Calgary and working different companies. One guy is in Edmonton, the other guy in Calgary, but they worked at the same factory. It's interesting, guys. Okay, just so you know, there are many ways to achieve that one goal of immigrating to Canada. So I want to wish you all the best, and I want to see you guys in Canada. If you need immigration help, the link is going to be in the description of this video, so you can go ahead and click on that link, check them out. They are really good consultancy. They're going to help you in representation and all of the paperwork, and they'll give you the options. So if you just need to talk to someone, you don't want to watch 300 or 400 videos that I produced, there is a fee. Of course, they're not free. You do a consultation, they're going to give you your options, and then you decide what you want to do. Or you can just get everything for free by watching a bunch of my videos. I created so many for you. Guys, see you in Canada, and man, thanks for talking to me on WhatsApp. I'm hoping to see you, your father, and your sister here in Canada soon. Fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure the CRS score is going to go down soon, and it's going to be enough, and she's going to get the invitation to apply, and you will start the permanent residency process. Guys, see you in Canada. Bye for now.